Weddings, they're a thing that happen, and while they are fun and lovely, sometimes they can be a little bit awkward, and no one is safe from it. Not even the royals, not even Pippa Middleton and her husband, I guess. I totally missed this romance, James Matthews, because
You're not up to date in your royals,
yeah,
Grace?
I know. Where have I been? His best friend is named Justin Johansson, and he gave a speech that some people are saying is a little bit crude. I want to go over a little bit some of the things that he said, and then Jay and I are going to go over our rules for wedding etiquette to help you out this wedding season, because it is coming up on summer.
It is.
His 10-minute address, which began fortunately long after the children had left at 11:30 p.m., made several close to the knuckle references, including likening Pippa to a dog, referencing her world-famous bottom, and even a crude reference to sex. Now, some of this is a little blown out of proportion when you just read it at face value. So here are an example of the sort of humor that little Justin Johansson was going for. Little Justin, he's a grown man.
Justin Johansson.
So he says, we both got up for a run early this morning, and James jokingly asked if the rings were on my person. I had them in a shower cap tucked in my shorts. He said, really, in a shower cap? I don't want that in my head when I'm putting the ring on Pippa's finger in the church. I'm sure it wasn't on your mind in the church, but it was on your mind now. Sorry, Pippa. So he kept the rings in his shorts. I don't know.
A shower cap.
Next to his ding dong, is that weird?
Yes, probably.
Okay, I feel like I'm very comfortable with my friends. I'd be like, oh, that's just where you keep it. Make sure they're safe.
There's layers in between. I don't see why they're so uncomfortable.
Yeah, he wasn't just like raw dogging it running around, I hope.
No, if he had the rings attached to him somehow, if he just had them stuck into his leg hairs.
It's not a thing.
That would be pretty egregious.
Yeah, if he just sort of braided them in. And then he goes on to say another joke in his speeches. Now to the love of James's life. Beautiful, energetic, loyal, soft-mouthed, comes on command, great behind, but that is enough about James's spaniel, Rafa. I'm here to talk about James's love, Pippa. I mean, while that is a little hacky, it's a good joke. It's a good joke.
My favorite part is comes on command.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's great.
But then he, I think that this
also, this guy's definitely attracted to dogs. He's talking about how great this dog's behind is. Come on, James.
That's
don't air that in public. You're with the royals.
Yeah,
no one can know about your bestiality penchant.
His name is Justin. James is the husband.
Sorry, Justin.
They blend together.
There's too many white British dudes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get out of this.
So then he goes on to say, obviously he's very close with the couple. He says, you have a voir la joie. Joie de vivre, I think, is maybe what they're trying to say. That warms the heart of everyone who knows you, and you have won the heart of the best man that I know. So it seems like this was all in good fun. A little bit of a crude, rude best man speech isn't too much, I don't think. Jay, you and I have both been to a whole bunch of weddings recently.
Yeah.
We are very popular.
It's wedding season, baby.
I don't know why we keep getting invited to weddings, because I've actually given wedding speeches, and I think they're very intimidating and always kind of awkward. What would be some tips for wedding etiquette that you would like to give to our viewers?
Well, I would say the biggest tip for wedding etiquette is don't make a fool of yourself at the wedding.
Yeah.
This is a different incident. I don't think this is making a fool of yourself. The best man speech is designed to have leeway for humor in there, but I think that this is fine. I think this is like a typical tabloid story getting way blown out of proportion when he's just making a couple jokes.
Yeah.
I think, but if you're going to a wedding, if you are somebody who's just a guest at the wedding, no matter what relation you are, friend, family, old flame, because sometimes exes get invited to weddings too, guys.
That's strange.
I've got plenty of stories for you on that, Grace. So I would say just, keep it comfy, keep it good, but don't get too, don't get too drunk. Don't get too extracurricular with it. Just have a good time. Dance. Dance with people.
Definitely
Dancing is the best thing you can do at a wedding.
And they hate it when no one dances when they want you to. The bride and groom want people to have fun, I hope.
Yeah.
And so they really want people. I've been at weddings before where they've said, when this song comes on, that's your cue. Like if people aren't already dancing, like you as my friend have to effing dance because I have no shame.
Yeah.
So I will totally do that. I think you make a good point. If you are a guest at the wedding, really, you just want to have fun and be as low key as possible.
Yeah.
If you'd rather be not remembered than remembered too much at a wedding. And now if you are in the wedding, you have a little bit of an added responsibility because you want to make sure that the bride or the groom, whoever you're friends with or family with, is having a nice time. You want to make sure that you're checking in on them.
Yep.
But you also, the day could not be less about you.
That's the beauty of a wedding, is the day, it's not about you
Not
at all.
Not at all about you.
And you're absolved of all responsibilities for the most part, unless you're in the wedding party, in which case you probably have a couple things you got to take care of.
Yeah, you got to take care of a couple things. I've given speeches before. My tip would be make sure that you do it at the right time. Say your speech at the right time. Ask them when they want you to do it. Also, it's their day, so ask them if there's anything they really don't want you to bring up, because that you just don't want to do that. You don't want to be the person that like brings up an ex, like, well, we all remember when Laura got. I gave a speech at my friend Laura's wedding, but I think it was fine. But
you brought up Laura's ex.
No, I did. I'm just thinking like, what if there was something I could have really made Laura mad? But I think she was fine.
Grace.
I did make a joke that I wish that her husband had a sister, so that I could have like dated the sister, and then that would have like made us family. And I'm not totally sure that her family knew I was very gay, so that was kind of like
they just knew you had a touch of the gay.
Yeah, they just knew that like Grace never wears dresses anymore. But
Grace
that's
dresses like Zordon from the Power Rangers.
Grace pretty much dresses like the groom. I think that's pretty much it though. Mostly have fun. Remember that it's not about you, unless you are the bride and the groom, in which case we look forward to hearing all about your wedding in the comments section below. What are some wedding etiquette tips you would like to share? Let's all talk about it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.